All right, here we go. We are live. Welcome everyone. It's great to have you all here. And thanks Ian, thanks Karen, thanks Alison, thanks Adolfo for being here with me today. Today we have a trilingual event. You know, myself and Adolfo will be introducing Australian Center in both Portuguese and in English. And then right after that, we're gonna send the stage to our amazing partners here at DeKalb University, University of Western Australia, and last but not least, Murdoch University. So let me just launch my presentation here. Give me 1 second, and I will be with you here. Lovely. I guess if some of you might be already here in our presentation, if there is anyone in the chat here, could you please just confirm that you are seeing us well? Anyone there in the chat? Just confirm. Okay, lovely. Apparently everything is going fine. Well, lovely. Okay, so let me switch to Portuguese, and then obviously I'll introduce you to mi compañero Adolfo, that's gonna make the same introduction in Spanish. Meu nome é Vinícius e eu trabalho para a Australian Center. Eu normalmente fico no nosso escritório em São Paulo, mas vim aqui passar uma temporada em Perth, né? E estou muito contente de estar aqui, realmente uma cidade incrível. Como disse, eu trabalho para a Australian Center, que é uma empresa que há 20 anos exerce uma liderança nesse mercado de intercâmbio e educação internacional aqui na Oceania. Nós operamos já há quase 20 anos e recebemos vários prêmios relacionados à qualidade dos serviços oferecidos. E por falar em serviços, tenho aqui alguns pilares do que nós oferecemos na nossa operação aqui pelos escritórios da Austrália, tá? E são 4 principais pilares, né? Um deles é a aplicação gratuita para colleges e universidades. Nós representamos centenas de instituições de ensino na Austrália e oferecemos todo o suporte relacionado a bolsas de estudo, assim como também suporte de solicitação de vistos de estudante ou de renovação para que você continue aqui na Austrália como estudante, ok? Além disso, nós temos o que nós chamamos de Student Success Support, que engloba um suporte completo desde a chegada do aluno aqui no país, mas também passando por toda a preparação para que as pessoas consigam os seus primeiros empregos, então obtendo tax file number, abrindo uma conta bancária, obtendo certificações necessárias para você trabalhar com áreas relacionadas à hospitalidade. Fazemos também todo o planejamento acadêmico e o planejamento de carreira. Um pouquinho mais para frente, nós oferecemos o que chamamos de Professional Trailheads, que é uma assessoria um pouco mais avançada para pessoas que procuram empregos em áreas nas quais eles se formaram em universidades no exterior. Então, a gente ajuda essas pessoas a fazer um CV profissional em inglês, a atualizar os seus perfis no LinkedIn, com cartas de cover letters, né, para se apresentar melhor para as empresas. Apresentamos essas pessoas para outros profissionais das suas áreas, temos algumas opções de estágios e, enfim, tudo isso para auxiliar esses clientes a ter uma jornada muito legal aqui no país. Indo um pouco mais adiante, mas não menos importante, os nossos serviços de imigração, que englobam uma primeira avaliação, um planejamento migratório e para aqueles que já têm condição de solicitar um visto, toda a parte de gestão dessa mesma solicitação de vistos para residência permanente. Se combinados todos esses serviços e se eles fossem cobrados, eles custariam até mais do que $3.250, mas obviamente para quem é cliente da Australian Center, esses serviços não são cobrados, então são oferecidos de forma gratuita. Nós estamos em Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney e Perth, além dos nossos escritórios fora da Austrália. E o próximo passo, depois dessa primeira apresentação de bolsas de estudo, é você falar com um dos nossos consultores para que a gente possa seguir adiante com o seu planejamento, né, e se certificar que você vai ter uma jornada de muito sucesso na Austrália. Então, essa é uma breve explicação. Vale lembrar que nos próximos dias nós teremos outros eventos de bolsas de estudos também, e eu já aproveito para convidá-los para participar destes eventos de amanhã e depois de amanhã com outras instituições. Então, a partir de agora, eu convido o meu grande amigo aqui, Adolfo e colega de trabalho, para fazer a aplicação, para fazer essa mesma introdução em espanhol.
Gracias, Vini. Sean todos bienvenidos el día de hoy a nuestro evento de University Scholarships. Me gustaría comenzar comentando que Australian Center es una compañía de intercambio presente en el mercado hace más de 20 años y que orgullosamente hemos ganado múltiples premios por parte de las universidades e instituciones en Australia. Nuestros servicios son 4 pilares. El primer pilar son aplicaciones gratis para cursos en cientos de universidades, apoyo para buscar las mejores opciones de becas y en el proceso de aplicación de tu visa de estudiante, todo esto totalmente gratis. El segundo pilar es el soporte de Student Success, que es prácticamente un acompañamiento y todo el apoyo que necesitas aquí en Australia. Tenemos un programa de trabajo, planeamiento académico y de carrera para conseguir tus metas y objetivos. El otro pilar es Professional Threads. Es un programa para ayudarte en tus objetivos profesionales, como ajuste de LinkedIn, Professional CV, Cover Letter y Networking Events. Y como otra parte importante en nuestros servicios es, en asociación con nuestro agente de inmigración, damos el soporte migratorio, evaluando tu situación, creando un plan de migración y administrando tu caso. Si colocamos en términos financieros estos servicios, nos darían un total aproximado de 3,250 y estamos felices de ofrecer esto gratis para nuestros clientes. Como último, me gustaría mostrarles nuestras oficinas en Australia. Si estás en otra ciudad diferente, puedes contactar tal vez a la oficina más cercana y estaremos más que felices en poder ayudarte a planear tus próximos pasos aquí en Australia. Gracias, Vini.
Okay, muchas gracias, Adolfo. And with that, I guess we have to switch back to English, or maybe Karen can do that in Spanish. So, as I said, it's a multilingual event here today. And Karen, the stage is yours. If you wanna, I will stop sharing my screen here, and if you wanna start your presentation, welcome.
Thank you, Vinny. First of all, thank you very much, Australian Center, for this invitation. For ECU, it's a pleasure to be here. So for today, we are going to talk about the scholarship that ECU is offering for semester 2, 2020, and also for 2021. Para nosotros es un placer estar aquí con Australian Center. Agradecemos la invitación. Y hoy en este espacio vamos a estar hablando de las becas para el año 2020 y el año 2021. Before starting with my presentation, I would like to take you guys for a virtual tour to our beautiful Joondalup campus. Hope you enjoy. Something happened, sorry. Technical issues. Okay, that one was our campus in Joondalup. We do have 3 campuses, one in Mount Lawley, one in Joondalup, and another one in Bunbury. Espero hayan disfrutado el video. Este fue el video en el campus que tenemos en Joondalup. ECU tiene 3 diferentes campus. Uno en Matlawly, que queda muy cerca de la ciudad. El otro en Joondalup. Y el último en Banbury. I would like also to share some good news from our ECU graduates. Had again given us a 5-star rating for teaching quality. So that is really good for us. And this rating has now been achieved for 13 years in a row. So that means a lot for us. That means that students are happy not only with our teaching quality style, but also with the student support and the overall experience and all the experience that have been gone through the courses at ECU. Bueno, quiero también compartir con ustedes lo que hemos recibido de los estudiantes. Nuestros estudiantes de ECU nos han dado 5 estrellas por calidad en la educación y nos la han dado por 13 años consecutivos. Para nosotros eso es lo más importante, lo que tengamos para los estudiantes, de parte de los estudiantes. No solamente en la parte de calidad, también la parte del soporte que tiene la universidad y toda la experiencia que ellos tienen a través de los cursos en ECU. ECU has 8 different areas: Arts and Humanities, Business and Law, Engineering and Technology, Medical Health Science, Nursing, Science, Education, and Western Australian Academic Performance Arts, as known as AWAPA. We do have, the good news is that we do have a scholarship for all of them, for all those studies areas. So that is great. ECU tiene 8 diferentes studies, áreas de estudio, los que ya había mencionado anteriormente, los que ustedes pueden ver en pantalla, y los cuales tenemos becas para todos los cursos que están dentro de esas áreas de estudio. I'm going to start with the scholarships that we do have for semester 2 2020. So we are still supporting our students with this COVID-19 situation. So for onshore international students, we do have 20% off during the full duration of the course. So that is a really great save. It's almost $35,500. All the bachelors are having those scholarships. There is an exception of our Bachelor of Science. There are also some selected master courses. So it's very important, guys, if you want to know if your course of interest is eligible for those scholarships, please contact your advisor from Australian Centre. They will be able to check the list. If the course that you are interested to get into is listed in our selected master course, you will get it. So you don't need to apply separately. That is something that you will get it with your offer letter, right? It's very important. También tenemos las scholarships para los estudiantes que están aquí onshore, esos estudiantes que están aquí en Australia viviendo en este momento. Tenemos el 20% de descuento durante toda la duración del curso, en lo cual se pueden ahorrar hasta $35,000 australianos, que es muchísimo dinero. Tenemos este beneficio del 20% durante todo el curso, en todos los cursos, a excepción del Bachelor of Science. También los Masters los tenemos también con el 20% de descuento durante todo el curso. Antes era solamente por un año, pero ahora es por todo el curso y no necesitan aplicar adicionalmente. Now we're going to talk about the Welcome to ECU Online Scholarship for those students that are offshore. Is 30% off for semester 2 2020. So the Welcome to ECU Online Scholarship provides students with the opportunity to commence studying online with ECU, and then they can finish in our campus when the borders are open. Tenemos también la scholarship o la beca de Welcome to ECU Online, en la cual si ustedes están overseas, afuera de Australia, pueden tener un 30% en la reducción del semestre 2020. Esto ha sido creado para estudiantes que están offshore en los países, puede ser Colombia, Brasil, Latinoamérica, otros países, en los cuales ellos pueden empezar sus estudios online y una vez los borders, las fronteras estén abiertas, ellos pueden venir y terminar su curso on campus. Okay, so Now we are going to talk about the international accommodation bursary. This is for semester 2, 2020 only. So we are giving 50% accommodation discount for our accommodation in Matt Lawley Village. You can save up to $2,500, and the weekly rate, it could be from $88. That is very, very good price, guys. Even cheaper if you are considering to rent a room in the city. Only for $88, you will be able to get access for our accommodation in Matt Lawley Student Village. You don't have to study in Matt Lawley. You can study in Joondalup. There are only 100 places available, first in, first served. So please take that into consideration. It will be a stay until 1st of December 2020, and it will be only for amenities of 5 or 6 bedroom apartment. As I said before, it is only available for the students commencing in July 2020, a part of our COVID-19 support, and they have to accept the offer before applying to that bursary. So this is another good reason to accept the offer early. If the student wants to get more information, I will provide you guys with the links and more at the contact to Australian Center, and they will be more than happy to share that contact with you guys. Quickly, rápidamente, esta es la beca que tenemos de acomodación. Este es el 50% de descuento en nuestra village en Matt Lawley. No importa si estás estudiando en Joondalup, puedes también aplicarlo. Solamente son 100 lugares disponibles y es al que llegue primero. Esto dura hasta el 1 de diciembre y es en acomodación compartida entre 5 y 6 habitaciones. De nuevo, es solamente disponible para los estudiantes que están onshore y que empiezan en julio 2020 y deben haber aceptado la carta de oferta antes de aplicar a esta beca de acomodación que está increíble. Todos los datos se los voy a dar a las personas de Australian Center, a nuestra agente autorizada de Australian Center, y ellos van a poder compartir con ustedes. Recuerden, aceptan la carta primero y ya después aplican a la acomodación bursary. Now we are going to talk about 2020 scholarships. So for those one, we do only have 20% off during the first year for masters. It's very different. You are considering to start with us in semester 2. For semester 2, remember, it's during the whole duration of the course, but for 2021, it's only during the first year. So we keep the scholarship that we have for first semester 2020. 20% off for the duration of the course for undergraduate. So there is no any change, to be honest. It's only the master. And remember that we do have some masters or some degrees that are not eligible for the scholarships that are listed over there. Is most of them are part of nursing or part of teaching. That's it. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias por todo. Rápidamente, no sé cómo estamos de tiempo. Becas del 2021, el 20% solamente durante el primer año para masters y el 20% para undergraduate courses por toda la duración del curso. Hope you have enjoyed, guys. If you have any questions, please just let me know.
Just one, like we can go for a round of questions at the end again, but there is one question about the scholarship, the accommodation scholarship. Karin, do you know if that will be maintained for 2021?
No, this international accommodation is only to support the students that are now dealing with the COVID-19 situation, right? It's only for onshore students for semester 2, 2020. So that will last until 1st of December 2020.
All right, okay.
No, for 2021.
That was a question from the anonymous attendee. And yeah, if you want to provide us with your contact details, we can certainly get back to you with some more information, okay?
Absolutely, no problem at all.
All right, okay, thank you so much, Karin. And we might get back to you at the end with some more questions. And following the alphabetical order, I would like to invite Ewan to present some scholarship options at Murdoch University. Ewan.
Hey, everyone hear me all right, yeah? All right, let's make sure I do this correct. I'm gonna try and play a video like Karen, but I think we're gonna have the same issue which is the sound's not going to be ideal. Hang on, let's give it a go. All right, so can everyone see my screen? All right, cool, good. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I'm going to start off with a bit of a video. My video is not so much about the campus, although I loved Karen's one. Some beautiful views. It's more about the kind of stuff that we've been doing during the Murdoch's been doing during COVID. So let's give it a go, and hopefully you guys can see the pictures while it runs.
All right. Sorry about that.
Hopefully it ran okay. Shit. Okay, we'll move on before it starts again. I don't know if you guys could see all right, but I'll tell you a funny little story about it. There's a one scene in there where there's a girl drinking a cup of tea like this, you know? And basically, in the original video, that was like the girls were drinking wine and having like a cheers, but they took it out for international because they thought it wasn't the right image for international students to see people drinking wine. So there you go. There's a bit of a trivia for you. But anyway, so yeah, look, I mean, that video kind of sums up what's been happening in Murdoch over the last 6 months, and everyone trying to work from home and put everything online and doing webinars like this. So it's been an interesting time. But we are now, I mean, I don't know who's been following the news, but in WA, we're now at stage 3. And hopefully, actually, stage 4, I think yesterday we rolled over to, yeah, stage 4, I think, right, guys? Yeah? Yeah. And, but yeah, in Murdoch, we are very much into stage 3. So you'll be able to see there that we're now returning into class. I've been back in the office for the last 5 weeks. You know, the gym's open, the restaurants are open, the food outlets are all open on campus. That being said, for semester 2 next year, we will continue to have our lectures online, running online. That's because like it's still big gatherings of people, and the university thinks for the sake of keeping things the way they are, it's better to just have the lectures continuing online in this mode. The tutorials will not be online, will be taking place face-to-face, and so will the labs and all the, you know, the computer labs and courses where there is an element of, you know, working in a laboratory, for example, because we have a lot of earth science programs here in Murdoch. So they'll all be face-to-face, but we will be delivering most first-year units in dual delivery mode. So that means we'll be running the tutorials online at the same as well as in face-to-face mode. So for any students who are thinking about starting online in July, they will be able to take their units online as well, with the exception of a few classes I'll talk about later. So yeah, so I'm going to quickly speak about what we've been doing in Murdoch over the last semester to try and make life a bit easier for students. I say try because life has been pretty hard for everyone all around, but we've done our best to try and support everyone through everything that's been going on. So you'll be able to see that Murdoch has spent or put aside 8.5 million in total for their student support package. So 774 students claimed the assistance fund, so that was up to $1,000 per student. And then an additional 292 claimed the extraordinary support fund. So that was extra over and above $1,000 per student. 5,822, this was a popular one, claimed the technology bursary. I think most students used it to pay for Wi-Fi, to be honest, or their phone bills maybe from home. Then we had 6,313 students claim the essentials bursary. So this was an interesting initiative. We essentially gave students $50 Coles vouchers every fortnight throughout term, and we still are, to help pay for their groceries. So you can see a lot of students took that up. And then finally, parking. So lots of our students reclaimed their parking, their parking refund for the year. Unfortunately, the staff didn't get a parking refund, although there is some good in that, because we donated our parking spaces to Fiona Stanley Hospital, which is the hospital that's right beside Murdoch. So, you know, being good corporate community citizens, Murdoch said, look, this is for all Fiona Stanley to use for free for all the staff or the carers or families that were here that needed to be at the hospital for during the pandemic. So yeah, so there we go. It didn't go to waste. Okay, so getting on to the scholarships. Murdoch has for some time and will for some time to go have the International Welcome Scholarship for onshore students and offshore students. The onshore one, which I'll talk about in a second, is 20%. But I'll get onto that in a second. We have for 2020, July 2020, extended the onshore one to all students, including offshore. So all students, no matter where you are, will get a 20% scholarship from their course, and that's for all the courses with the exception of nursing and veterinary science. That also applies if students decide to defer their offer to February as well. So although it's only for students applying for July, if they do accept their offer and decide to defer, they will carry that scholarship with them. So if you are thinking about coming to February and you're somewhere else at the moment, it might be in your best interest to apply for July 1st and then defer. What other scholarships we have? So we have lots across a number of different areas. As I said, the 20% International Welcome Scholarship Australia is for all onshore students, and it applies for every program. So it's very simple, 20% discount every semester for the duration of your program. And that's it. It's very simple. You don't need to apply for it. It's automatic. The only condition is that you're international and you're already here in Australia. So a simple and easy one to get. The other ones, the International Honours Welcome Scholarships. So this is an interesting one. It's for students who decide to stay on after they complete their 3-year bachelor degree and do an honours year. So in some programs like Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Business, you can choose to do an additional year of honours. Murdoch offers a scholarship up to $10,000 of that year as well. We also have an International Merit Award. So it's valued, that's $1,000 additional each semester for students who are achieving academic excellence in their program. So that only applies once you're here at Murdoch, and you have to have been here for 2 semesters already before you can actually get this scholarship. And it basically, to get it, you have to be in the top 10% of your cohort. Yeah, but it's on top of any scholarship you have currently running, and it's an additional $1,000 per semester. And then, there's a final return to study discount scholarship for alumni, which is 10% off. So this is only really applicable to international students that might have gone on and become domestic students and then want to come back and do a master's, like Vinicius, for example. If he was an alumni, he would qualify for this scholarship. I mentioned Vinicius because I know he was thinking about doing this. All right, so as I said, we're now offering online. So we are allowing our students to start online, much like ECU. We don't have quite as attractive 30% like ECU does, but we are letting our students study basically any number of units they want online. So if they just want to do 1 unit, they can do that, and they only have to pay for 1 unit. The other thing we've done is we've changed the refund policy to essentially allow any student who starts online to withdraw from the course with a full refund up until census day. So census day is around about 4 weeks. It varies each semester, but it's around about 4 weeks after the start of term. So that basically gives anyone a chance that anyone who's thinking about starting online, they can enroll in 1 to 4 units. It's up to them. and they can withdraw at and get a full refund right up until census day. We also added in there we also added in the option for students who start online, later decide to come and study in Australia, so decide to, like, let's say in February, they start online in July, and then in February the borders open and they come here. If they then go on and get a visa rejection for any reason, I don't know why they would, but if they do, we'll refund their full fees as well, minus the $500 administration fee. So, I mean, look, what we're trying to do is essentially make it as easy as possible and as risk-free as possible for students to start studying online if that's what they want to do. As I said, all the courses in first year, all the first year units are available in July, with the exception of a few, which I'll mention later. Yeah, so that's that. So some of the online study support systems we've got in place. So we've got mentoring programs. We'll have our orientation for the first time in Murdoch's history will be done online. I guess that's probably the same for most universities, to be honest, but we'll have an online orientation this semester as well. We also have a social calendar with online events. So this has been incredibly successful, actually. So essentially Murdoch's been running these online events, as I know many people have, but I've been running these online events to try and keep students engaged, and they've been quite successful. So we've had online Zumba classes, we had online pancake cooking class on Shrove Tuesday. What else do we have? We have like a Zoom book club, so like where they read books and then they talk about anyway, so there's multiple different things that have been happening this semester, and they'll be extended into next year as well. Yeah. And obviously all our resources, our library resources, are available fully online through the portal as well. So these are the study areas that are not available for semester 2 for online enrollment. So it's basically the majority of bachelor creative media, so games and art design, graphic design, photography, and sound. There's probably not many of you that were thinking about doing that, but if you are, I'm dreadfully sorry, unless you're here in Australia, in which case you can absolutely start. And then if you're coming in with any advanced standing, then you might have some issues as well, because some of our second and third year level units will not be available online as well. But look, if anyone has any questions, you can absolutely contact me and I'll be able to tell you exactly which programs are not available. We've changed our English language entry requirements to sort of suit what's happening. So obviously IELTS testing centres aren't open in many countries, neither TOEFL and whatnot. So we now accept TOEFL IBT Special Home Edition for this semester and next semester, which is is completely online, as is IELTS Indicator. And we're also accepting the Phoenix IPEP test, which is, I don't know if one of our pathway colleges here in Perth is called Phoenix Academy, and they run their own English test, which is the Phoenix IPEP test. And we are accepting that for meeting entry into Murdoch University's courses as well for the next 2 intakes. So there are a number of different options for you as far as English tests are concerned if you're having a hard time getting to a testing centre, as I know a lot of them are closed around the world. And that's just talking about our deferment and refund policy, which I already touched on. Students can choose to defer, and then they will get a full refund up to census date, which this year is on the 22nd of August. So it's 1 month after the start of semester. And that's it. Questions?
Hi, and I think we did have one specific question about like mining and oil and gas programs. Do you guys have any programs that are related to those areas, or would you say that maybe
what would you say about it kind of depends on what you want to do. If you want to be a mining engineer, for example, you want a degree in mining engineering, then you're probably better going to Curtin. But if you want to do something like for example, Murdoch has a really great masters of water treatment and desalination. So that's all about like how you essentially treat wastewater, which is actually used a lot when it comes to mining. Because you imagine you get these enormous mine sites that are have these huge process plants using all these chemical processes, and then, you know, they have to do something with the water before they can allow it back into the ground or into the wastewater. So yeah, we have, I mean, look, we have a lot of graduates that end up in the mining industry, but it really depends in which area. I mean, again, we got a Masters of Environmental Engineering, a 2-year Masters of Environmental Engineering, and almost all our graduates end up in, you know, environmental control up in mine sites in WA. So it really depends what kind of area you're talking about.
No, great. And it's important to say that, you know, for everyone that is interested in applying for one of our partner universities, we are more than happy to schedule a meeting with the university's representatives. So please contact the Australian Centre team and we will be able to schedule a meeting like that, okay? So then you can clarify in depth all your doubts and talk about your academic plan. All right, Ian, we might get back to you soon. Let's see if we have any other questions throughout the presentation. And now with you, I would like to call to the stage Alison Chen. Welcome, Alison.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm hoping you can all see my screen now. Yes? Excellent. Okay, so thank you for having me and thank you for being here on a Tuesday. I'm glad to see that you're all safe and well, and yeah, it's really great to see you all here. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the University of Western Australia and then also cover the scholarships that we have on offer. So firstly, I'll show you a little bit about our campus. Unfortunately, I don't have a beautiful video like Karen and Ewan had, so you will need just to see the pictures that I have. I'll show you some of the courses that our students can actually study and then also get into the scholarship. Okay. So UWA, we are ranked in the top 100 universities worldwide, which is really great for such a city like Perth, which is smaller than a lot of other cities, but to have a top 100 university there is a really great statistic for us. We are also one of the group of 8 universities in Australia, and basically what that means is that we do have a very heavy research component. That's really important for our students because you know then that whatever you are learning is based on cutting edge research. So you are learning things that we are learning on a day-to-day basis. But having said that, our courses are not just about theory because almost 70% of all of our courses have an embedded work integrated learning component. So you will not just have the theory, but you will also have the practical elements too. And then if we're talking about the student experience, we are actually ranked first in Australia last year for on-campus events. And that was ranking with the International Student Barometer for 2019. So last year we hosted more than 1,200 student-run events on our campus. This year, obviously not as much, has been a lot of virtual events, but it is a really great place to study. And you will see students, once we're all back on campus, that a lot of them, even during breaks, they don't go home, they will hang out on campus just because it is a really beautiful place to be. So here is our campus. You'll see the outline of the campus there. It is quite a big campus, not as big as Murdoch's, but it is quite a nice size. We are located just less than 5 kilometres away from the Perth city centre, so the Perth CBD. And on one side, we have Kings Park. On the other side of our campus is Matilda Bay, the Swan River. So that's why it is a beautiful place. You can see lots of greenery, you can see the river, and there's the major park is right opposite the road as well. On the top left, you'll see the UWA Health Campus. So our health campus is the biggest health campus in the Southern Hemisphere because it also incorporates the Hollywood and the Charles Gardner hospitals that are there as well. And it also includes things like the pathology clinics that are there and the research centres that are there. So our health science students will study at that campus. It's probably about a 10-minute walk from the UWA main campus. The other thing is colleges. So colleges for us is the residential colleges. If you want to stay on campus, they are literally across the road from our main campus. So probably about a 2-minute walk. You just cross the road and you're on our campus. Okay, so we do have a lot of different areas that you can study. I'm not going to go through this in too much detail. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. So we do offer all of these courses at an undergraduate level, but most of them are actually offered at a postgraduate level. So if you're interested in master's courses, architecture, design and planning is a really great one. It's got really excellent facilities that are available 24/7 to our students. Business and law is really popular as well. We are a top 100 university and also really well recognized in our business school. So once you graduate from your business degree, you will have that accreditation with both North America, so that is the AACSB, as well as Europe, which is EQUIS. Data, engineering and technology. So we do offer courses like business analytics and data science, all at a master's level, as well as your engineering courses at a master's level as well. Education, if you're interested in teaching, we offer the Masters of Teaching, early childhood, primary and secondary teaching. Health and biomedical sciences, so this is all of our health science areas, things like medicine. We're ranked 8th in the world for clinical medicine, which is something that we were really excited about because we even beat universities like Oxford University for our clinical medicine. So it's a really great statistic for us. Humanities and social sciences. So within this area has a lot of different courses like translation studies or strategic communication, even things like political science, and all your languages are in here as well. And then the last area is your life and agriculture and environmental science. So with this course, we offer all your masters in environmental science, agricultural science, biological sciences as well. One great thing about it is that we do offer a lot of work experience and pracs within this area. So a lot of our students will go to the UWA Future Farm, which is located in a small town in Western Australia called Pingelly. And it is a future farm. So they are off the grid, meaning that they don't connect to the electricity or the water because they get it all themselves. It's all solar panelled. The farmhouse was actually designed by our architecture students. So it is an actually fully functioning, self-sufficient farm that is looking at 2050 and how we can feed the future. Okay, so now let me get you into our different scholarships that we offer, and it's really easy for UWA because we offer one, and this is the Global Excellence Scholarship. This is available to any student from the Americas, Latin America and South America, and it is based on your scores. If you are looking at a master's course, it is based on your scores in your bachelor degree. So what we will do is once you put your application in through Australian Centre to UWA, our admissions team will automatically assess your application to see if you're eligible for a scholarship. So in your previous bachelor degree, if you were averaging at least 70%, that will make you eligible for a scholarship. So if you're averaging 70 to 74.99%, you will get $5,000 per year of study. So if your master's course is 2 years, then you will get a total of $10,000 over the 2 years. If you're doing really well and you graduated from your university with 85% or more, that will be a $15,000 per year scholarship. For a master's course, then it will usually be about $30,000 for the 2 years of study. I would say that about 99% of the courses are available for this scholarship. There are a couple of courses that are not available, and the main courses that aren't available are the quota restricted courses. So things like medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, the MBA program as well. So it's probably about 5 or 6 different courses that aren't available, but the rest of all of our courses will be available, and your application will be automatically assessed. That is actually it from me. So on this slide has all of our contact details. So we are available for you via phone. If you want to message us via live chat, you can do that as well. And our email address is there. We will answer within 2 business days. And if you wanted a face-to-face or even a Zoom face-to-face, we can actually offer that as well. You just book in with our Future Student Centre. But that is it.
All right, Alison, thanks so much. As you guys can see, Western Australia has some amazing universities. So like, you know, UWA, it's referencing medicine. Murdoch, you know, like have a flagship program in veterinary science. EduCount has a very unique creative and performing arts faculty. So like every university has its own specialty and its own, you know, special taste. And if you're looking for a scholarship in one of those universities, please count on us at Australian Center. Então, em português agora, se vocês estiverem mais interessados aí sobre as bolsas de estudo e quais seriam as melhores opções, eu acho que o próximo passo é realmente agendar um horário aqui com a nossa equipe. Para quem não está em Perth, nós podemos fazer essas primeiras reuniões via videoconferência. Então, entre em contato conosco através do nosso site ou, como eu havia mencionado anteriormente, pelo e-mail ou telefone. Eu vou até colocar aqui de volta novamente. Deixa eu colocar aqui a apresentação, que vocês já conseguem ver. Me dá um segundinho.
Just we have one question here for Alison. Is the Global Excellence Scholarship available for graduation or just masters?
So students are eligible for both the master's and the undergraduate bachelor degree programs. So the bachelor degree ones, though, will be based on your secondary schooling. So if you're doing well in your secondary school, then yes, you can apply for the undergraduate bachelor degree scholarship, which is the same with the $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 and $15,000 per year scholarship.
Alison, I have one other question about that. Let's say someone you know, went to the university overseas and did a bachelor degree, did not do so well in their bachelor degree, but then they move on and like, they did a you know, a graduate diploma, and in that graduate diploma they did really, really well, and like, and the GPA is very high. Can they use the last academic experience to be able to apply for those scholarships, or they will always have to use the bachelor degree in order to apply for the scholarship for a master's degree?
For a master's degree, it always has to be the bachelor degree, unfortunately. Right. They can use the graduate diploma to get into the university, but we won't be able to assess that for the scholarship. For the scholarship,
okay, fair enough. All right, any other questions we may have? Let me check here. Okay, if no further questions, I would like to thank you so much for participating of one more AC webinar, and stay tuned. Tomorrow we have some more presentation about scholarship opportunities in Western Australia, and we are all looking forward to seeing you here tomorrow at the same time. Okay, and thank you so much once again, Ian, Alison, Karen, and my friend Adolfo. Thanks a lot. Muchas gracias. Adolfo, ¿quieres hablar más algo para nosotros?
No, just say thank you for all the participants, and also Murdoch, UWA, and ECU. And see you tomorrow, guys.
All right. Okay, you guys have a safe evening. Look after yourself, and I might see you tomorrow. Cheers.
Ciao.